ma'am, I would like to welcome you here in Egypt and to have this amazing interview with you, boss, your Excellency, to participate on the conference with Daily Press Egypt newspaper. So if you don't mind, you can give us a brief about your role during the conference here, and you can just give us what you are aim to do from your attending that amazing conference here in Egypt.
My name is Hedesh Ramsouk. I'm the ambassador of the Netherlands to Sudan. This is Marty Smith, our second secretary. The reason why we both came from the Netherlands is that, of course, the humanitarian situation in Sudan is terrible. The war is terrible, but the effects on people is terrible as well. And of course, as part of the international community, we try to help where we can. And you know, we have basically two major channels which are being used for humanitarian aid. You have the international organizations, mainly the United Nations. You have the international NGOs. But we hear a lot about local initiatives on the ground in Sudan. We hear a lot about emergency rooms, that people sometimes in a heroic way try to help their community. So we felt we should be here because this conference is meant to bring together the people working on the ground and the international community. So we wanted to come here to listen how we could help out.
Okay, that's amazing. And your role, ma'am, I believe you are the second person at the embassy, and you have a big role to do. And I know it's a big task for you when you work in a situation like that in crisis. And can you tell us about your role at the moment during this conference, and what you want to do in future for the situation in Sudan?
My name is Marty Smith. I'm the second secretary at the embassy for humanitarian affairs, and we are here this weekend to engage with people who work for emergency rooms, with INGOs, but also with people from UN agencies to hear how we can make humanitarian response in Sudan more efficient. As we all know, the funding for Sudan is very limited and there's not enough media attention. So one of our biggest goals is to see how we can ensure that with the funding that is available, we make the response as good as possible. So also, I think of course there has been more use now of local responders who are in the country because it's more difficult for internationals to get into Sudan. And I think this is a good thing. The question is how. So for us, we are here to engage this weekend and to listen to Sudanese people, to see also as a donor how flexible we can be. But mainly to listen, to hear, to speak to people, to ensure that the Dutch humanitarian funding is used in the most efficient way.
Okay, great. So you are as I understand, that you are planning to support the people in Sudan through your country in supporting the human and the people in Sudan. There is any plan for you to fund the people over there, and is this in your plan, or you just come to see the situation, how it goes?
We are actually already supporting the people in Sudan.
Okay, great.
We are one of the biggest donors in the field of humanitarian aid in the world. What we normally prefer to do is to give our money not with a Dutch flag on it, but to give it, as we call it, an earmark to the United Nations, because they can react much faster than we could. But we're looking at other ways to help as well. So this is something extra what we are looking at. Right?
Yeah, so for example, the Central Emergency Relief Fund We went from the Netherlands is one of the biggest donors of. They allocated $60 million this year to Sudan, which is possible because we allocated money to this fund. But besides that, we also want to focus more on local initiatives. And so, for example, we fund the Sudan Humanitarian Fund, we fund the Red Cross, and we also fund the Dutch Relief Alliance, which is a consortium of 14 NGOs, of which 8 national NGOs. And besides that, we're always exploring ways to improve localization also in Sudan, to not only channel money through UN agencies, but also to see how we can focus on the local response. So, yeah, we've been working in Sudan, funding the response in Sudan for a long time, and not only humanitarian initiatives, but also the things that can strengthen resilience, so food security, gender, human rights. We're active in a lot of ways.
Okay. Yeah. I'm very happy to have you with us on Daily Press Egypt, and thank you for your support and for your coming, and I'm welcoming you personally here in Egypt.
May I add one thing?
Yeah, certainly.
I mean, I was posted to Egypt for 5 years.
Sorry?
I was posted to Egypt for 5 years.
Oh, really?
I was deputy
Amazing.
ambassador here, and I love Egypt. I love the Egyptian people.
Thank you so much.
And I want to thank Egypt for helping out with the Sudanese community. I know there's a big community here.
Yeah, that's true.
That is,
It's almost 500,000.
yes.
Yeah.
So Egypt also pays a price, and I just want to thank Egypt for that.
Thank you so much. Actually, as we are always doing Egypt, we don't do a refugee camp here in Egypt, and we don't have this mentality. So the people come and engage with the Egyptian people and be part of the people here. Same like what happened with Syrian people when they come, and same with Sudan. And thank you for sure for your support and for coming. And we really do appreciate your time and being with us here in Daily Press Egypt. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.